Hi, I'm Karen Holton, ET and Angelic Experiencer, author, exopolitical ambassador, ascension coach, and content creator.
And I'm Joan Widen, clairvoyant medium, Reiki master teacher, energy healer, body, mind, and soul coach, and podcaster.
And this is the Unseen Nexus podcast.
Have you ever truly wondered what lies beyond the veil?
Or want to learn more about our transdimensional neighbors?
Join us as we unravel the mysteries of existence, from profound spiritual awakenings and ancient wisdom,
to interstellar visitors, cutting-edge discoveries, and the complex conspiracies that bind them all.
We're on a journey to uncover the truth about humanity's extraordinary place in the cosmos.
Get ready to challenge your perceptions and expand your understanding.
Your spiritual mashup has begun.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Unseen Nexus podcast. Today, we're going to talk about common tools of divination, which are used to gain insight, guidance, and forecast future events by interpreting symbols, patterns, and energies. Popular methods include tarot cards, pendulums, runes, scrying mirrors, and astrology. Also, the I Ching, bibliomancy, crystals, tea leaf reading, bone casting, dowsing rods, and numerology to help practitioners connect with subconscious knowledge or spiritual guidance, offering clarity on personal issues or questions. Join us as we probe our shared reality and become more aware of the effects of the effect of the construct in 2026. If you're curious about the future of humanity, the evolution of consciousness, and how technology might interact with your spiritual journey, then tune into the Unseen Nexus as we explore ways to thrive in 2026. All of the links are featured below in the description. Check us out, subscribe to both of our channels, leave us your comments, like our videos, and please do share our content with your friends. And you can now join the Karen Holton TV channel on YouTube to take advantage of the perks and to support my podcast. Joan, how you doing today?
I'm doing great. And you?
I'm doing good. I'm looking forward to this.
I know.
Talking about what we use, and also include the live chat, find out what other people are using. Do you want to start us off, Joan? And I'm going to take a look at the chat.
Sure. Let's do this. Oh my goodness, what did I do with it? I've got here. What is this? Can you see it? Oh, you can. No. It disappeared right here.
There it is. There it is. It's there now.
Crystal ball is what I got. And
nice.
I must have put the mallet away. Just a second. While you're reading the chat, I will just play a couple rungs of it, just because it gets quite loud. As you can tell, as you know,
beautiful.
You know what I mean? See?
Mm-hmm.
There. Otherwise, it will go way too much. And so the crystal ball, it helps with our vibrations, our inner body vibrations. And so I believe these are made out of crystal quartz. And then that's how it is. And so that is your typical North American one. But I also have here.
Oh, is that from Tibet?
Yeah, a Tibetan one. Right?
Mm-hmm.
This one is a little more harder to do. Let's see. Let me put that. Let me put this here like this because it doesn't want to necessarily ring. You know what I mean? Because it's different. See, because it's really quite zingy. Oh, there it is. It's very low. But anyway, for some reason it doesn't want to ring, which is fine because that just means it's not supposed to ring. Right? And so we're just going to leave it as that. But there's these like this is a Tibetan bowl and they make different frequency sounds because they are made out of brass. Right? So, and then this one is crystal. But yeah, there's so many things. I'm getting called to read something. So, do you mind? While you read
go for
chat? Okay.
Go for it. I'm just putting everybody up on the screen. Hi, everybody. I'm not saying hi individually because I don't want to interrupt Joan, but I'm putting you up on the screen. So I've seen your comments. Awesome.
Awesome. Okay. So as you know, prayers are also divination tools. So I've got this. The author is unknown, and it's a poem, and it's called "You're Going Somewhere, Someplace New." You are opening up more and more. You are becoming clearer each day. Embrace the changes taking place. They are good. They will last. They will take you and your life to someplace new, someplace you can't fully imagine now because it's so different from where you have been. All will be changed. Your love, your life, your friends, your work, your quiet moments, and your times of sharing. Your playtime, your rest time, your attitude will change. Your ability to fully and joyfully experience your life will change. Things that used to bother you, hold you down, hold you back, will roll off easily. Problems that used to plague and pester you, making you feel weighted down, will be lifted easily. You will know and trust that the answers you need will come to you. Your powers will increase. You will find yourself doing, knowing, and feeling things that you thought only certain others could do. You will find yourself gliding through life in a way that brings you joy and touches and heals others. You will laugh a lot, and yes, you will cry a lot too, because an open heart feels all it needs to feel. But you will not think twice about your emotions. You will feel them with the purity of sage. You will see, touch, taste, and feel life's magic in a way you've never imagined. You will love, and you will be loved, and you will learn that it is all the same.
Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Gabrielle has a question for you. Does that, meaning the crystal bowl, does that generate piezoelectricity as you move the stick around the quartz?
It's the vibration. I don't actually, you know what? Gabber, you're going to have to tell me. I don't know what piezoelectricity is.
Piezoelectricity is if you take any crystal that's in the quartz family, but also tourmaline, kyanite, other crystals, when they're put under pressure, their endpoints become polarized and they start to produce an electrical charge. So they're actually a form of free energy. As soon as you put them under pressure, they start to produce.
I would say so. Then I would say so because they vibrate in that way, right? They expand and then they create the hertz of it. I think this one is 300 something. I don't know exactly. I can't remember at this moment, right? And but yes, it does because it's all crushed and put together, and then once you vibrate it, it just fully attaches.
Let's see. Rodney says our cells vibrate at 10 to 30 kilohertz per mother nature.
Yes.
And Gabber B says rubbing quartz creates electricity like the electric lighter spark to light
Right.
a lighter,
Okay.
which is also quartz.
Oh, which
Quartz
is
is
like
also
you're talking flint, right?
very much like that. Quartz is also used in all of our computer components as well
Right.
to preserve the data. So there's that too. So yeah, very, very
And in our
interesting.
watches, everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere.
It's
Yeah.
just it's one of those things that are it's hard, but it's still a really soft mineral.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Yeah. Love it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So I would
Very
say yes,
interesting.
it does. I could look into it more, but I believe so because of how it contracts and expands while you're
Yep.
using the rubber mallet. And you don't need to use a rubber mallet. You could use a leather mallet as well, right? And I don't have the proper mallet for this one here, right? And it's because it likes the wood, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's different
Mm-hmm.
mallets for each one that allow it to do it. But
Mm-hmm.
like really, sometimes you just have to just ting it. And
Mm-hmm.
the resonance of it afterwards, not the first strike, but just the hum afterwards can actually help shake everything. But yes, so one of the things I was called to talk about today, I'm going to say, is some of the things that we just have around our house also. So the biggest thing they said, which I was told to reiterate, is we are a divination tool. Our intuition is a divination tool, and we need to hone in on that and trust it and let it guide us, right? Like, of course, if it's telling you to jump off a bridge, that's not necessarily your, you know, but always use discernment when you're using all of these tools, because it's really of your free will and what resonates with you. Things just need to resonate with you in order for them to fully and really work. Okay, and so the next one that's in our house is salt. Common salt.
Yes,
It can be salt. I use Himalayan salt, but you can use table salt, you can use iodized salt, doesn't matter. Salt is the greatest thing there is. And in fact, in the ancient times, I think salt was more precious than gold at the time. Was it not, Karen?
Well, our very lives certainly depend on it. That's for sure. How would you use that, Joan, for divining, though? I'm curious.
Okay. So for divining, if you wanted to start anew and you felt like, because sometimes some of us can feel like someone's got it out for us, right? Or we feel that heaviness with an energy, you would put some salt in your hand and then you'd rub them together. Then you turn on the cold water, right? Meanwhile, you're seeing this person and the energy, more of the icky energy that you feel. You turn on the cold water, and as the cold water washes it away, so does all that energy, the heavy negativity goes away as well, right? For a different way, if you feel like there's energies that come in and out of your house that you're not really loving, you can sprinkle salt in the thresholds and on the windowsill, which, because they can't pass it. I know that sounds really crazy, and it does, but if you're working in a lot of those kind of energies, that, because some people do, they conjure them without really even knowing it. You can put some salt in Kleenex, right? In a Kleenex, let's just say this is a Kleenex, right? Right there. You put some salt in there, you can fold it up and then put it like, so it's like in a little bit like a little pouch, and then you put it, as women, we have, bra pockets, so you can put it in your bra pocket. But as for a man, you could put it in your pocket, right?
I've
In a
heard of
little,
people putting it in their shoes as well.
or you could put that in your shoes, right?
Mhm.
So, but so with that is more of a, for me, I would like it to be closer to your heart if you're going to do it that way. So men, you'd have to figure out a way where to put it or hang it, right? As a, like a little pouchy thing like this, you could. And that just wards off a lot of nasties, right? It just is. It just is. And I'm going to eat more salt, actually. To that, Gabber, is yes, you actually need to have salt. If my husband always bugs me too whenever I have a headache. He goes, "Oh, you don't have enough sodium in your body. You don't have enough salt." And I had one this morning, and so I was just like I was drinking, going to take a shot of tequila, but without the tequila. Licked my hands, put the salt on. Did it a couple times, and within like 10 minutes, it was gone. So it's, you're right. Like you do, salt is special. Yeah. And it's not special salt. But if you're going to be like licking it and stuff, I would suggest like either a sea salt, right? A non-iodized sea salt. Like there's gray sea salt you can get. There's regular white sea salt, and then there's Himalayan sea salt. Himalayan sea salt has more properties, more minerals in it for electrolytes. Yeah.
Yep, for sure.
Right? So,
yeah. So was there anything else that you were guided to talk about, or do you want me to? Sorry, I just didn't want to interrupt you.
Go ahead. Oh, okay. So another home thing would be cinnamon. So
I've never heard of that.
At the beginning of each month, you open the door, you have cinnamon in your hand, right? And you think of all the prosperity and the abundance and everything that you would like if you're feeling like your world is kind of not going anywhere. You go and you open the door, and then you blow it through the threshold, and you leave it there for 48 hours, 24 to 48 hours afterwards, and then you can clean it up. But honestly, once you blow it in, you can't really see it. It's like dust. It looks like, and then unless you're putting like, I don't know, this much in your hand, yeah, then you'll see it. But I only put like just a little bit in the middle, right? Some of it sticks to your palm, and then you just blow it through.
Interesting. When I'm using salt for purifying like jewelry, if I get like a piece of jewelry and I don't know where it comes from and I want to purify it before I wear it, things like that, I just buy salt, ordinary cheap salt from the dollar store. I don't eat that kind of salt, but I use it for.
They have Himalayan.
But I just use that for cleansing. Seems to do a good job. Out of household things for divination, I have here one of my favorites. This is an ordinary metal coat hanger. And what I do with it, what I have done with it, I use it as a divining rod. But what I do is, you know how you have the crease in the palm of your hand that runs from between your forefinger, your pointer finger, and your thumb down to the back of your hand, right through. I just put that at the midpoint on my coat hanger so that it can very freely swing back. I'm swinging it on purpose now just to show you. I can swing it back and forth. So this is something you guys can do at home. Take a family member or a friend and get them to think about something negative while you stand in front of them with the coat hanger loosely held in your hand so it can swing freely. I usually do it with a hook side up. And then start taking steps back. And when you come to the edge of their biofield, it will absolutely all on its own swing to one side. I don't know if you can see the coat hanger, but it'll swing to one side. And at that point, make a note of how many steps back you took. Now go up to the same person and get them to think loving thoughts. Get them to think about something that makes them feel truly joyful, and then repeat it and just walk back. And you'll find if you're inside the house, you won't even have enough room, but you'll see a huge, huge difference in the biofield of the person. And what it does is it illustrates beyond the shadow of a doubt that our thoughts affect our health. Our thoughts affect our biofield that we live with. And I'm sure many of you have seen the images of a toroidal field that's produced by the heart. And it can get as big and big and big and strong and affect everything around it positively. Or if we're really upset or in distress, it tends to be very, very close to the body. So that's just a household divination tool that I have used. You can also use it like you would a pendulum, looking for a yes or a no. Joan, do you want to show them your dowsing rods? They're really, really fancy kind. I love them.
They're copper.
Okay, tell us all about that.
So these are copper and they're loose, right? So here, this here, and then these spin, right? So can you hear that?
No.
Right. So then, okay. But so this rod here down to here, like it goes into, and there's another tube on top of it. So like you, Karen, if you grab tight to these will still like, swing whichever
still
way.
Swing freely. Yep.
That's right. Right. So with these, I asked them, can you show me yes? And then they will cross in front. Right. And then I say, thank you. Can you show me no, please? One likes to be shy sometimes, but so there it is, right? And then you go, thank you. Can you show me neutral? And they should go back to center. My right is stronger than my left. And that could be showing me how my energy is. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Where there. So I'm more, using my more masculine side of things. So, so this can show you also, okay, where do you need to balance? You need to balance or use your feminine more than the masculine. So with this, you could say, like, you can ask yes or no questions. You can find water on property. I believe if you pointed at someone, like you can ask, is there, like if you pointed at, see, now they like to go crazy because they're not really. So if I pointed at someone in a spot where they feel troubled, you can ask it. Now, again, you use discernment. They are not magical medical tools either, but it can help you show where there is a blockage within your body, right? Because we are all made out of water. A lot of us, like, we need water, right? And we need salt because we are a saline body. And so we really, really need to work with that. These are just really a lot of fun. These tools, I find, and they're pretty. They're actually pretty decently priced on Amazon. However, if you don't, you can use them just like Karen. You can get 2-wire coat hangers, right? Some people take them apart and do them the same as this, But if you want the swinging in and out, it's the same, right? You just say for the coat hanger to swing
I
towards
just
your
use
heart
I
is
just use
yes,
one coat hanger, and
yeah,
then but that only gives you two variables. It gives you no or off and yes
right.
on, which for what I use it for is good enough for sure.
Right. But so these, it can be like one can stay here and one can go out, right? And then it would be, or it's the opposite. And then that would mean maybe there's no,
Yes.
right? Like definite answer for that question that someone has asked,
You can
right?
also use it for finding where the ley lines are, and they recommend you do
Oh,
your bedroom and you move your bed. If your bed is over a ley line, you need to move it so it's no longer.
gotcha.
And if you walk through your house about every 20, or your yard about every 20 feet or so, it will react and show you where the ley lines are. And
That's cool.
if you find two intersecting ley lines, that's not good to be sleeping over. So people have trouble with sleep, they should check out the
Mm,
position of their bed. That's kind of helpful too. Yeah.
that is amazing. Oh, and one thing about the salt for you is you can also just lay it on top of salt, right? You don't have to physically wash it with salt,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
because depending on the jewelry piece, it could get ruined by,
Oh,
you know what I mean?
good point. Good point.
Yeah.
I actually use quartz instead of salt more nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
Quartz is also very high vibration and has great cleansing properties. I wanted to sorry, I don't want to interrupt you. I'll let you
No, go
finish. But then
ahead.
I want to talk a bit about bibliomancy.
Yeah, let's.
And I've had great success with that. So for those of you who don't know what that is, it's using books. So it's very common. We've heard about this all through history, where if somebody has got a question or a nagging thing they need to resolve in their life, they'll take a Bible and they'll just open it randomly to any spot, in that Bible, and then just point their finger, and where it lands, that's the scripture that seems to have an answer for you on what your issue is. So I always used to use a Bible, but then one day I tried it with a children's book. My children were quite small and I had all kinds of everything from Dr. Seuss to you name it, kids' books. And I tried it and it works. So I am big in favor of divining by using children's books. You can use the Bible too, but I just found the children's books, everything was more simplified, and I would just have a question or something was bothering me or whatever, and I would open up the children's book, and wherever my eyes fell, that was the answer. And I was like really surprised how well it worked. So children's books, Bibles can also be used as
Yeah.
tools of divination. So I want to just quickly go to Gabberbeast TV asks you a question,
Yes.
Joan. Um, he asks, does she use emeralds? What do emeralds help with? Stabilizing emotions and calming down your emotional feed, like harmonizing and balancing, grounding your emotions. I'm not sure what I'm asking. So I'm just wondering, I actually really like precious stones like diamonds and things.
Me
They're
too.
so powerful. I would guess the answer would be yes to
Yes,
emeralds. What do you
I
think,
do have
Joan?
emeralds. I do have emeralds, and I use raw ones. I don't necessarily use what's it called, grade ones. Jewelry grade ones, because
Yeah,
sometimes those ones, depending where they were mined or found, and then they've
yeah.
changed so many different hands and all these
Mm-hmm.
things that it's like, oh, okay. You know what I mean? But emeralds is like a regal presence, right? So when you think of emeralds, what do you think of? Like, so if we were to think of like the Wizard of Oz, right?
Mm-hmm.
Emeralds, the Emerald City. What is it? It's like it's very prestigious. It's very, you know what I mean? Like in older movies, they kind of gave us all these different nuggets that we never realized until we were older what they actually were, right? And so that is where it stabilizes. And as for emotions and calming down, I would honestly use rose quartz, because rose quartz is the one where it softens the heart. It allows the heart to open. It allows for that. But off the top of my head, for emeralds, I feel like it's a more prestigious stone, and it's more of for you to feel and bring regality to you, so that you would feel more precious than you do feel, if that makes sense. But for the emotion balancing, you have the rose quartz and amethyst. Amethyst is really great for that as well. And actually, smoky quartz, because it dissipates so much, but yet then it just calms. What do you think, Karen?
Oh, I love smoky quartz because it's gentle. It's gentle, but it's effective. And anything in the quartz family, I tend to be in love with. I also like black tourmaline and other black stones. And of course, for my higher heart chakra, rose quartz. But there's just something about the vibrational intensity. And I'll even take those crystals into the tub with me, restructures the water. The plumbing that's attached to your tub is grounded to the earth. So you're grounded to the earth. Put lots of salt. We've talked about this before, Joan. Put lots of salt, like I'm talking 2 cups of salt.
Oh, see, and I would say 5.
Oh, there you go. Or more, whatever you want. Some salt. So I put in, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 cups of that. And I call it Karen soup. And then I get into this nice hot salty bath. Oh my God, what a great way to connect with your spirit guides for communication with the unknown. It's just incredible. I can't endorse it enough. Yeah.
Karen, that you're using 2 divination tools in that bath, though. You're also using water.
Oh, there you go.
Water again, is like if you put water in a cup and then you, really look at it, and you can scry through the water. And if you meditate with a cup of water in front of you with some salt in it, it helps with the energy transference from above as well.
Yep. Yeah, so, absolutely it would.
Right? So
yep.
Like it's a lot of cool things on all of this. But
absolutely. Absolutely. Denise, she likes rose quartz under her pillow. I love rose quartz. So what I actually made an organite pyramid that is half smoky quartz, and the top half of it is pink. Oh, I lost my train of thought. So it's smoky quartz on the bottom. Yeah, and it's pink quartz on top, and rose quartz on top. And it's really good for like babies' rooms and stuff, or for around pets, because it's got that gentle cleansing, but then it's also got that soothing, rose quartz. I just love it. So there is that. Gabber Beast TV says he got some rough emeralds off eBay. And seriously, the thing is we've been taught to go to external experts for our health and our healing and our psychology. But the truth of the matter is, I have found that my inner self, my higher self, lets me know what I need. And sometimes I don't know what I need, and I'll watch a show like this, and I'll get some great ideas and then start playing around with them. And the only divination tool that I actually don't use, it gives me the EBGBs, and that that is a Ouija board. What's your thoughts on a Ouija board, Joan?
My thoughts exactly. It just doesn't resonate with me.
Mm-hmm.
I did have one on my desk for a little bit because I needed to make peace with it.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't seem to work really well for me. And I honestly feel like, and I'm sure it's like with you, Karen, they're going, why are you using me when you can just connect yourself? Stop it. Do you know what I mean? But
Yes.
I had a traumatic experience when I was a kid playing with it. It
Mm-hmm.
really freaked the crap out of me. And since then I just kind of went, I'm not cool with that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Just not I'm not cool with that, and I don't need to have it. When it was here, it was okay. It just felt like a map to me. Like, so now I've like calmed myself to it more, that
Mm-hmm.
it's now just a map. And then I keep getting told you don't need this map because
Mm-hmm.
you know the map to talk to, spirit.
Yeah, kind of. I no disrespect to the religious people out there, but it's kind of like you need a priest to access God. And I'm going, no, not so much. And besides, if I was to go to a priest, I'd want to salt him real good first, just in case. I'm sorry. I know I'm really sounding disrespectful. I don't mean to. I know a lot of you are like Catholic and you love God and you love Jesus, and that's awesome, right? But I'm
Right.
just saying that I just noticed the pattern recognition. And when it comes to spirit, I want to go direct. I want to go direct. So, and I consider going to
Yes.
Jesus also going direct. I don't consider that an
It's not a slight, because if you really read the texts of Jesus, he says, do not admire me. Do not, you know what I mean? Don't put me
mm-hmm.
on a high pedestal.
Oh, Joan, you cut out for a minute there. Okay, you're back. Can you repeat
Oh,
that? Because you cut out
oh,
for it,
okay.
and I want people to hear
Well,
what you
that
were
was weird.
saying.
Okay. See, spirit is interesting, right? So this is really important. It's make sure you do not like idolize other people above you. And even
Mm-hmm.
Jesus said that. Do not idolize me over oneself. You are supposed to be the champion of your world. You're supposed to
Mm-hmm.
give yourself the most high respect. And he even says, don't give me the higher respect than you, because we are actually equal. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
if we look at it like that, you go, okay, I get it. So, meaning, because we are all souls, and also, we are all children of God. So Jesus is what? Our brother.
Mm-hmm. No, I would
Right?
agree. I would agree. I also believe that what we're striving for is, instead of an external savior to come and fix everything,
Right.
I believe that we need to access
We,
that internal savior.
yeah.
So it's often called Christ consciousness or Buddha consciousness. And it's interesting that a lot of these really wealthy preachers, they do not act like Jesus. I'm sorry, I know I'm being critical again, but I have to speak honestly. They do not act like Jesus, and those who act like Jesus want to be gentle and loving and forgiving and less concerned with prestige. To me, that's the right route to go. So we may want to pray to Jesus because it helps get us where we want to go. And I think that's a good thing. But, it's a lot of people claiming to be Christians that
Right.
not so much seeing that beautiful Christ-like energy. And it's a big job to produce that Christ-like energy. You got to
Yes.
really work at it. At least I do. Boy, just being patient with myself and other people is big chore.
I would like to look at Jesus like a big brother and say, hey,
Mm-hmm.
or someone that you would look to for some advice, but they're not going to give you the answer because he also would not give you the answer. He would
Yep.
tell you to go reflect and find the answer yourself because he's not
And
into that.
And that's again making another case for this bibliomancy, and if you if you feel most comfortable trusting a Bible, try it. Just take your concern prayerfully to the book, open it, and just stab a finger and see. It will blow you away how amazing it is. So I believe that everything contains Holy Spirit, and it's got not just intelligence and power, but it's here to be like an assistant to us and help us to get where we want to go. And at least that's in my humble opinion.
Well, absolutely. Do you know what I mean? Like it's all around us, and it's up to us to have the discernment to make that happen, right? So if you look at the word guru, right? If we spell it out, G, U, R, U.
Totally.
Right?
Totally. Yeah.
So
that's
right,
our inner guru for sure.
So if we call ourselves the guru, it's, gee, we're just being us. That really, and that's interesting that it spells it that way. Right? But yes. Oh, and this just came up, so I'm going to say it before. Like the emerald, so the green is of healing, and it's deep healing. And the deeper the green, and that's why it's soothing. But the thing is, sometimes if you use it too much and you're trying to go too deep, you could stir up. It's just like creating like a hurricane within your system. And it can feel like a tower moment where, everything becomes like a tornado and whirls around. Right?
Yeah, totally. So, we can tell when things are a bit too intense for us. It doesn't mean that they're wrong. It doesn't mean that they're demonized or anything like that. It just means a little bit intense. You might want to take a step back. So if you find clear quartz, a little bit too intense, rose quartz would be a wonderful place to go. If you want some nice, gentle cleansing, you might want to go with smoky quartz. Personally, I'm a big fan of quartz, any kind of quartz. I use the yellow quartz for when I want to improve my mood. It's wonderful. It's just, I love crystals, so I use crystals a lot.
Oh, I got to put it in front of my face.
So you got to put it in front of your face. Wow, that's
so
beautiful.
This one is what is this? This is fluorite. So it's got green and it's got purple. And
I love fluorite.
And some fluorites also have blue. So blue would be like an isolation as well, right? So you isolate the area that you need for you to heal, and then you would inject the healing as well, right?
Absolutely. And it's I think it's good for us to also practice with these things before the shit hits the fan. Like what we've just seen for the beginning of 2026 is mind-boggling, and it's nothing compared to what's coming. And so I think it's good for us to practice these all kinds of things, whatever is working for us, and get our get our ducks in a row and be as grounded as possible so that we can weather the storm. Because I believe, and I think, Joan, you might agree with me, but I'd love to hear what you have to say, that on the other side is going to be awesome.
Oh, absolutely. Like, honestly, when people say, well, what is hell? Right? And I just say, we are here. It's how we choose to live this life. You can make it like hell in how they make the fiery and all this stuff. And that's the one thing that I have, and this is my personal thing about some organized religions where they're saying, don't do this because it's the devil within you and blah, 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 right? Like, I don't need to spout that. But the thing is, what they don't understand is your words are a divination tool. Your words are power. And so every time you spout anger or like a scarcity or even fear mongering, they're actually conjuring that within that person. You know what I'm saying about that?
I
Like,
do. And sometimes it also shows a lack of shadow work because we tend to want to project onto others the things we don't want to see in ourselves. And I don't know what to say about that, but I know that it took a lot for me to understand that. Once I did, I could see it right away. And so if I see someone and I don't like, it's different if it's a warning. Some people are not safe to be around. I totally agree. And it's not a lack of shadow work. It's just how it is. But often I could look at it and go, why do I not like that person so much? And then I go, because the characteristics that I don't like in them, I also don't like in myself. And so I have to go, okay, I have to come back and fix me and work on me. It all sounds really selfish, but it's, I think, really important.
Right. Like, that's exactly it. Right. Like, and that's part of my thing with the Ouija board was I had to get into that because to me, when I was younger, they conjured negative stuff. Right. But now when I had it was okay. It did well.
It lost its power.
Right. And it was just sitting here as a map instead of this thing where, whoo, baby. Right? Yeah, but there's so many different interesting things. Then there's another thing, a home use would be like a candle. Right? So you stare into the candle wick. Into the flame. And sometimes I've had it where the flame turns into hearts. Right? It bends in the middle. Right? And you just kind of go, oh, interesting. So that's a form of scrying, right? That's a form of looking. You can use a mirror, you can use obsidian if you like. I have one of those, but you don't need to, right? Again, it's just about you sitting. Like, it just can be like you could use a whole bunch of candles and sit in the middle. Of course, use your discernment on that because it can be a fire hazard if you tend to fall asleep. And you might fall on it or whatever, right? So be careful how you use your candles. But again, like, you can put them all in a circle, and I've tried that. And it is quite amazing because I just sat there and started to look at like a few of the candles in front of me, right, with the glow. And then then it almost becomes like a TV projection screen, and it starts to have all these things. Right. So if you have the room and you can, I'm not very tall, so I made sure to sit in the middle and make sure I had enough space. So if I did topple or whatever, I wouldn't hit any of the candles. But again, that's one of those amazing things and tools that we have at home. And another thing is outside the sky. You can use the sun, you can use the stars and the moon.
That reminds me, this is not a very popular opinion, but it's one that I hold. And that is, I have made use of pareidolia. So, when you look at the clouds and you see horses and dragons and things, to me, that's like omens, right? Giving me inspiration or something. But I'm very prone to pareidolia, which I'm grateful for, because sometimes I will see just in the carpet and in the tiles, I'll see all these sort of faces will pop out. And it's almost like they're also letting me know, not so much telling me what to do, but they sort of let me know what is my mental state, what's my psychology up to. And sometimes it's really funny. Like I'll see, you know how the ceilings are often all stippled, and I'll
Yep.
see clowns everywhere, clowns. And I think, oh my gosh, maybe the universe is telling me to lighten up and not take things so seriously. So I believe in making use of pareidolia. So when pareidolia happens, I don't think it's a mistake. I think it's for a reason. And it's, again, more information. I don't know. What are your thoughts, Joan?
I love that. You know, you're right. You can use that. There's everything. I use birds. You know, birds always come to me, but you know, like I can tell because sometimes when I want to drive fast, I drive fast. But you know, the hawks will tell me if there's police coming up. If I see 3 in a row that are sitting at the post on a post on the side of the highway and they're all looking at me, I slow right down. And you know what? Guess what? There is someone. But if they're flying, having a good time, doing whatever, then it's like you're good to fly. So there's, you know, now I don't go crazy, but you know, you can use all those different tools. And you're right. Like after my uncle had passed, I had looked in the sky and I was thinking about him. And then I saw a cloud that was of a heart. Right. And it's amazing all the different things that you can see. And, you know, here in Alberta, we look to the sun on a winter day and we go, oh, there's a rainbow around the sun. That means it's going to get cold. But that's been used as a divination tool from however long, right? And then if there's a comet in the sky, there's meteor showers, all those different things that come about, right? And you can see sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No,
I was going to say, once our eyes are open to it, it's everywhere. You know, one time I had a really not a very good job, but it was the only one I could get. I had been sick for some time. I wasn't able to work a traditional job. And here I was out collecting pop bottles and beer cans and stuff. And I didn't like it, but it was what I needed to do. And so I was doing it. And I got up one morning and I looked up at the sky and there was a huge arrow in the clouds pointing in one direction. And right away, I just went, oh my gosh, this is an omen. I know it is. So I followed it and it led to one of those outdoor malls. And I know this is embarrassing to admit, but I was going through the garbages looking for empties because I needed to buy food. It was, you know, I needed to do that. Unfortunately, I don't have to anymore, but I did for a while. It's embarrassing to admit. Anyway, I pulled out this bag and it split open. And I don't know, more than 500, maybe 800 gumballs went flying out in every direction. Each one was a bright color, different color. And I laughed so hard and it got me through the day, which was a bit depressing. My life situation was depressing. But it encouraged me, you know what I mean? And so here I felt like the universe or even the planet, the reality was trying to cheer me up and was trying to help me out. And you know that those times had to do that for a season. It didn't really last that long. It made me into a more compassionate human being. I'm not sorry it happened. I don't want to do it again, but I did it for a while. And anyway, so that's just one of my experiences.
Maybe that's what you needed to feel, so you could change that perception of others. Do you know what I mean? Because I can tell you that I can look at some people that are going through garbage that they're professionals and they do it for a living and they make a crap load of money doing it.
I never made a crap load of money, no matter how.
Okay.
I knew seniors and stuff who made a lot of money. In fact, they were able to save up enough to go on a holiday every winter, like to Hawaii or something. No, I barely made enough to stay alive. I never, no matter how much work I put in, that was just how it was. But I just assumed that was that way for a reason at that time.
And it's all good.
And it's all good. Yeah. I don't have to do it anymore. So I'm really grateful for that.
Yes. Right. And sometimes that's the way the universe is saying, right? Like, is telling people, right? Like, look at this year, for example, already. Remember with our predictions, we had said what people are doing behind closed doors and stuff will be revealed if it's not on the up. And look it's not even the end of the first quarter, and holy moly.
Yeah.
Like, but
it's crazy.
Right. And this isn't even the worst of it yet. Is what I'm getting told.
Same for me. I'm getting told that it's the whole house of cards is going to come down.
Yeah.
The whole house of cards. And it'll be chaotic for a while. I mean, I actually am in favor of prepping, have a month's supply of food put away, have, batteries, first aid kit, I'm going to shelter in place, because when the shit hits the fan, where are you going to go? It's everywhere, right? So I'm going to shelter in place. That's what I'm doing. And that way I know, but it'll only be a few weeks before the military and stuff comes in, checks to make sure everyone's okay. Food will be distributed. It's not going to last forever, but I do believe in prepping a bit. Oh my gosh. We're running out of time. I don't want to. The shows go so fast. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I love you too, Denise. You rock my world. Thank you. Thank you for being in my life. That's awesome. So did you, in closing, we're not quite closing, but pretty close. Joan, I just want to give you the floor so that you can share your wealth of information and knowledge with everybody.
Let me see. Basically, I just want to tell everyone that, divination doesn't have to be fancy, like fancy cards or like rods or anything expensive stuff like runes, because you know what? You can take rocks from outside, pick ones that you really love, and you could write symbols on them, and they could be just as... Actually, they would probably work better than store-bought runes, right? Even playing cards, it's cartomancy, right? You figure out what you want each card to be. You get rid of the lower suits and you stick to 5 and above, and then you go from there. Again, it's all about what you want in your life, and pendulums. Yes, I've got a whole bunch of them. You can use like your necklace, because honestly, a necklace might actually work more than a store-bought pendulum. And so actually, I remembered what I was going to say is, if you really want something to really work for you and work well with you, sleep with it. It should stay in your field. And I did that with these. I do that with a lot of the cards that I use a lot, so that it's your imprint on them. You know what I mean? There's so many different things. And again, it's up to you. And you can look and discern if you're thinking about something and you have a thought. And like, I oddly see a lot of falling stars. People are like, how do you do that? I'm like, I don't know. You just have to walk with me at night. You can see some. And it's just the weirdest thing that there is. But if you try and figure out what you were thinking about there, it depends. So was it just a falling star that just kind of faded, or did it fall and get bright and then die? Right. So there's different, you have to discern what that means. Does it mean that's a good thing, or if it's a bad thing, or is it just kind of right? But we can't get in our heads about all of that.
For me, if it's a bad thing, I get, along with it, I get body sensations. So I get a definite, almost like getting kicked in the gut sensation or an adrenaline spike. So I read it all together. And that's sort of what I do, to I don't know, confirmation. So basically confirmation from more than one source, and see how that goes. But I'm hoping that everyone in the audience is going to have some fun with this, do some experimenting, try the coat hanger thing, or if you have dowsing rods, do that, and do it with your family. Like if you've got kids, do it with them. They'll be thrilled to see how much energy they're producing. There's so many things we can do, but I think the important thing is that we raise our frequency, vibe on the love harmonic, be kind to each other, be kind to ourselves. And I think that it's not supposed to be so stressful to be human.
No.
We also, I think, can be joyful and have some fun along the way.
Absolutely. Yeah. And so on the end, before, because I know it's over, but there is a big shower in North America, meteor shower, and its peak is August the 12th, if you're interested and you want to look, because that would be like, I think they said like 100 meteors in an hour.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really cool. I went for a walk in that, and it was just like, and it almost was like fireworks because there's so many, and it's really cool. But yes, yes. Anyways, so,
Joan, tell everybody where they can find you, what you're up to. I mean, as much as you want to share. I always sound like I'm being nosy when I say that.
Oh, it's all good. Well, I'm up to, I am getting out of this. I'm going to start so Happy New Year, everyone, right? So we just happened. Happy Lunar New Year. It's great. Everything is starting anew. You can find me on my website, www.joanwiden.com. You can find me on my YouTube channel, and I've got other things cooking. So it still is, it's there, but, we are taking the hiatus for March, right, Karen?
I got to go out of town in March and get some things squared away. I will still be doing the Quantum Guide Show while I'm away in March. I will have premieres. So they're pre-recorded, pre-edited premieres. So I'm hoping that Phoenix can host the watch parties, and that you'll all come, and that would be really awesome too. And then we'll be pick up where we left off in April. Man, the time goes by so fast. So for those of you who are part of the live stream today, Gabber Beast TV, he's my guest on Sunday for the Aliens and Angels podcast. He's going to tell us all about, it's the coolest story, guys. He basically rescued a baby praying mantis. After he rescued it, it did a dance on his palm for 15 minutes to show its gratitude. And then he heard a voice, because apparently that little baby he saved also opened up a portal to the mantis beings. And then the mantis beings asked him if he would be afraid if he saw an 8-foot mantis. And I guess he said no, but anyway, he ended up making friends with one of these mantis beings, and it all came from him saving this little praying mantis. It's a wonderful story. So I hope you'll all join us on Sunday. And then tomorrow, this is going to be intense. Tomorrow I'm having who am I having on tomorrow? Greg Olson we're going to talk about who really won World War II. And, Operation Paperclip and all that kind of cool conspiratorial talk is going to happen tomorrow. He's personally been to Antarctica. He's written a book about it. So I know you'll all find that super interesting as well. So that's it for today. Everybody, bless your hearts for being here. Sending much love out to everybody. And we will see you next time or on the next show. Take care, everybody.
Take care.